Let's have some fun today, shall we? For today's coffee chat. For starters, I'm pretty sure that this amazing couch just needed to be in a video. So while I'm in this temporary vacation home between houses, the furniture here is so spectacular. I'm going to have to record a coffee chat in each of these amazing chairs and the couches. Today, I want to talk about Tinder, right? So I did a video last week about Grombre and about embracing our gray and letting it grow out and the strength of just showing up and just being like, yeah, I'm not 20, I'm this old and whatever. So something else to talk about is Tinder. Be careful with how much energy. Like Tinder takes so much energy. I was telling a friend of mine that I was starting to even consider thinking about like a preliminary potential consideration of activating my profile on Tinder. And I was just like, oh, I'm tired just thinking about it. And they've never been on Tinder before. And so they were like, what? Like, it seems like an amazing thing to me. There's just all these people to choose from. Like, holy crap. It's like a mall, a shopping mall of potential relationships and romance. And I went on this rant, and they've kind of dared me to video it and share it with you because I think it really does break it down. Um, why we need to be mindful of the energy output. Like Tinder is so tiring, and one of the main reasons is because like it's deceptive. It's an illusion that there's actually that many people on there. Say for the fun of it, there's 200 people within my age range and within my location. So those are my two search criteria that I've access to: a range of age and proximity to my current location. Let's say there's 200. Oh my god, 200 people, right? Well, uh, we're gonna pare that down pretty quickly because there's a whole bunch of folks that are on there that are never swiping yes on anyone. They're window shopping. Some of them might be in a relationship and they're not actually able to be on there. Other people, I don't know why, but there are people on there that will not match ever. So those, even if you swiped yes on them, they're not going to swipe a yes back. So that will never be a match. So let's just take them out of the equation. There's a whole bunch of people, let's face it, it's photo based and there's like a little blurb. A bunch of people that they're not going to be attracted to me or I'm not going to be attracted to them. So we're going to pare that down a little bit more because of whatever reason, and that's good. We'll get to why it takes up so much time and energy. So be just discriminatory? No. Be use your discretion. That's the D word I was looking for. It's another D word that comes up on Tinder that hopefully we won't cover, but we'll see if we have time. And then there's a whole bunch of other people that aren't even on the app. You know, they have the app installed, they have the notifications off, they've been shopping through so often and they've seen the same folks over and over again and they're not even looking anymore. So it's like you or I, we get on there, we're like, we're fresh, we're excited, oh my god, this is a whole new dopamine hit app based adventure, and those folks aren't even looking. So let's say we've gone from 200 potential people, now we're down to 25. And my friend was really surprised to hear that. That's like we've got 25 to choose from. So let's pause there for a second and talk about what it takes to even show up on one of these apps. There's a level of vulnerability, right? Because there just is. Think, if you haven't been on there and just to think about it, what pictures am I going to choose? What am I going to choose to say about myself? Do I want to go for really attractive professional pictures and not say much about myself so that I get lots and lots of matches? So I'm leaving things open to other people's imagination and only being like showing my best side. Or, this is my approach, I would want to, I have some pictures where, yeah, they're a pro, it's a good day, my hair's cooperating, the light's great. And then there's other pictures where it's like I have pictures of me doing public speaking and things like that and presenting. And I'm like, mid word. And so it's not an attractive, holy crap, I want to meet her picture. However, I need to have that up there so that they know that I am someone that gets up in front of audiences, or I did a lot more. I guess now you're my audience. But anyway, that I'm someone who is very committed to their career and is running a business and is putting themselves out there. So that in itself could be really unattractive to somebody. So it's important to me to have that out there because I want to pare things down so much. I just moved to a new city, and this city has a Winners. If you know about Winners, it's one of those stores where there's lots of, I don't even know how they get their stuff. Like it's leftovers. It's really random um, collections of clothing. And I was looking at sweaters. I'm in Canada, so it's getting cold. It's becoming sweater weather. And there is a sweater there that I am pretty sure the sleeves were sewn on backwards. Like there was lots of space here in the sweater, and then the sleeve kind of started here. I'm positive the sleeves were sewn on upside down. And so that sweater, it doesn't know that its sleeves are on upside down, and it's just hanging out with all the other sweaters. And I could try it on and be like, yeah, okay, yeah, that sweater's not actually a sweater. And this is what I think a lot of us are on Tinder, or when we were on Tinder, or those of you who are on Tinder, sometimes we're on there and we don't even know if we're ready for another relationship. We don't even know what we're looking for. And I'm just going to say for myself anyway, it's virtually impossible to get into like a partnership right away with someone based on a couple pictures and some text conversations. It's just, it takes more time because we don't have that in-person chemistry. So to be accepting of who's going to be out there, I've found to be really, really healthy. And to acknowledge that this is an app, right? Like it's designed like all the other social media apps, that it's like this rush and it's the dopamine hit. And if I swipe, oh wow, yes on someone, the pleasure receptors of, oh, they swiped yes as well. Cool. So that's easy, right? Well, okay. So we said that it's not that easy because there's like 200 people and we might connect with or match with 25 of them. So it's not that easy, but that hit was easy, right? And now the work begins. So if we go back to that 25, the 25 matches, how many of these people are we actually going to take the time to chat with? And once we do chat, are they going to be interesting? Is their grammar okay? Like that's a huge turnoff for me, is if they're not able to carry out a written conversation. And maybe we could have met at a party in a world 5 years ago when there were parties and we were meeting people and they were well spoken or something, but then their text up. Anyway, so let's take that 25 people. Let's say 5 of them we never message. That's generous. A lot of people don't message. And so now we're down to 20. Let's take another 5. Their grammar's crap. We can't written communicate it. So now we're down, to 15 or something like that. So keeping in mind again your energy output, right? The energy that it takes to be vulnerable, to have a profile up, and to have this like, I want them to like me. However, I need to like myself first, and you need to like yourself first. This is what it comes down to. If we feel like we have to be in a relationship or we're looking for someone to complete us, then I really think that you need a therapist and not a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever. Someone who can really help you heal. If you're still so deep in grief from the last breakup, then please don't put yourself out there. It's just not gonna play out very well. We won't have the energy to give to someone else to even see their potential, to even see that they could be amazing, because we don't have the energy to show up completely ourselves. So in that case, don't go on Tinder. Please find an amazing counselor or therapist, especially these days with everyone online. You're not restricted to just someone in your own geographical area. So that's huge. I mean, when I was on Tinder a few years ago, I was really surprised how many people were on there that had like a kid that was within a year old. So they've broken up so soon after the birth of a child. That's huge. They're getting used to the idea, or maybe not, but they've just become a parent. And so what is it in your life that it feels like there's going to be any amount of attention that can be given to a new relationship whenever there's a new relationship with like a frickin' baby, like your child? So again, those sorts of people, please, you've got a lot of healing to do and to show up completely for your child. I'd love it if you also don't go on Tinder. That would be great. So is it right? Is it right for you? Is it right for me to go back on? I feel like I might be able to do it this time, whoever those 25 people are that I'm going to match with, and to have boundaries around the app. So say out of the 25, well, we pared it down to 15. Let's say that I'm texting with 10 of these people and they're interesting enough. So let's just say top 10 out of 200. Top 10. Another thing to mention is while I was swiping through those 200, you need to be strong enough in yourself and like what I would call a baseline of inner strength to be able to not perceive the lack of a match as rejection. My phone got cut off and I'm not sure what I was talking about. This isn't scripted, that's for sure. Are you ready to activate your online dating profile like a Tinder swipe app? Am I ready? Be mindful of the fact that just because a match doesn't happen, it's not rejection. So to be mindful and careful and control your perception of rejection. Because remember, of those 200 people in our make-believe scenario, 200 people, some of them they're not even on there. And the app is designed for us to have this like dopamine hit spike of, oh, they seem interesting enough for me to swipe yes on. And then if it's yes, it's like fireworks. Oh my God, what a cool hit. However, if it's a no, I found that I had to be very, very aware and like grounded in myself and mindful that just because I said yes and then it wasn't a match, it can feel emotionally like the opposite of that. Like this was the yes, like dopamine, oh my God. And then the other side of that, the valley is just as deep as that mountain of woo was high, if you're following what I was saying. So to come into it and know, am I ready for that emotional roller coaster of just like, we are really just at the rack looking at sweaters to see if it's the right size or color or style. That's it at this point. And to not take it seriously in that way, however, to be respectful. So take that side of things seriously as well. So there you go. It was kind of fun. This is my third coffee. I hope you love this couch as much as I do. The other furniture in here is pretty amazing and I'm looking forward to showing it off. So are you ready to be on there? Be careful with it, especially just be really careful with how much time and effort and mental emotional energy that it's going to take, that it isn't all just fun and games, and that's okay. And yeah, stay safe out there and follow me or don't or whatever. I mean, you do you. That's cool. If you know what's right for you and you want to subscribe to my sort of stuff, go for it. But otherwise, I wish you well and have a lovely life experience. And I'll just be here on my amazing couch drinking coffee.